If you were walking down the street and you happened to see this guy, would you expect him to sound like this?
CD that the fuck up, smoking on that fuck up. Bitch, I'm rolling stone over at Papa. Green like I Papa.
That was the first ever song I heard from William Crooks, and while I thought it was pretty funny, I actually found it strangely good. The production was great, the flows were fun, and it was actually a pretty good song. I followed him on Instagram because I found his music interesting, and after checking out more, I was honestly blown away. William Crooks is one of the most fascinating artists I have ever seen. But real quick, if the first song I showed you threw you off a little bit, here's another song to show you that William has some heat.
I didn't make the money and stole it. Had to stretch it out, got my bank account doing yoga. In these tight times, gotta keep it flexible. I don't count the guap, my thumb green, cause I like to eat my vegetables.
So William Crooks is a rapper, singer, songwriter, producer, and artist who's been making music for quite some time now. There's little to no information on Will's personal life, and I believe he keeps it this way on purpose. However, I did find a few sources that aid in helping us understand his music career so far. It's safe to assume he's been producing since 2014, but I'd bet he's been producing even longer. His SoundCloud, although retired, gives us the best glimpse into his early days of music. Back in 2015, Will was posting electronic songs, remixes of songs, beat tapes, and other things like that. His production was amazing, he had a decent sized fan base, and some of his songs even reached hundreds of thousands of plays. On occasion, he would mix in vocals, but his main focus was the instrumentals. He had two beat tapes that were accompanied with visuals. One was called If I Don't Live Forever and was dedicated to his dad, and the other was called I'll See You When I Get There, which is no longer on SoundCloud. It's hard to describe these beat tapes, but they're somewhat lo-fi-ish and very spacious and nice to listen to. Will clearly had a knack for production and making amazing instrumental music. He also belonged to a collective called Future in 2015, but it's unclear when he joined and left. When asked why he produces, he said this: I produce for a lot of reasons. I love learning and creating. I love that moment when I play a track for my friends and they go, whoa shit, you made this? I love the feeling of hearing something in my head and being able to make it tangible, make it real. It's given me an incredibly positive outlet and connected me with a lot of great people who I wouldn't have otherwise met. I keep going because I've come too far to stop now. I also found an interview from him from 2016, way back when he had hair, and he was talking about producing, taking breaks, and motivation. Although it's not really insightful in terms of his career or his personal life, it's super motivational, especially if you're an artist, so I highly recommend checking out that interview.
Those moments of where I got like those sounds that I thought sounded like songs that I liked, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That was like, I mean, it was a rush, and from there it was just I was kind of hooked. And it's funny, I listened to the shit back. It's pretty bad.
Around 2017 is when he would make his transition to making music with vocals. He had a 4-song EP called Here With You that was quite different from most of his music now. It's kind of hard to describe, but 3 songs were more poppy sounding with singing, whereas one of them was just an electronic banger. In general, genres can be very confusing, especially when talking about Willy, so please forgive me if I mislabel anything. I'm just trying to give an idea of the realm the music's in. I can't really describe it too well with words. Throughout 2018, he would continue dropping singles. Most of these songs were more melodic with singing vocals, my favorite one from the time being No I Know, I Know, I Know, I Know.
I think I'm running out of time here. I just want it all to be alright.
In 2019, he dropped a lot more music, and I'm pretty sure this is the year he retired his SoundCloud. He posted a 3-song EP called Trace, and in my opinion, it's super good. He then released another project called Waterboy with production from himself, Ake, and Dylan Brady. It's a very well-produced project with a mix of rapping and singing. It's super experimental with catchy melodies, pitched vocals, yelling, and so much more. He then released the project Grass Type with production from more people, including the likes of Underscores and Umru. It gets even more experimental with Will's catchy flows, his variety of cadences, some more singing, and more unconventional approaches to the regular song structure. Then in 2020, he released one of my favorite projects from him, and that project is called Thunderbird. This is probably the most versatile project he has out. Again, I said genres are difficult, but if I had to give some, there's some experimental rap, some pop, some rock, some electronic, and much more. If I had to recommend any project that demonstrates the variety of his sound, I would definitely recommend this one. It also has one of his most emotionally vulnerable songs called Love Yourself, and it's actually fantastic.
I get close, hiding my frame. Seems hang off my shoulder.
Although I'd say the majority of his recent music is more in the experimental hip-hop category, this project really demonstrates the wide variety of genres he can make and combine. He also released another EP called Thunderbird Bootlegs 98, which I think was just leftovers from Thunderbird. He also released another 3-song self-produced EP called Stretch Pink Hummer. It had some pretty good songs on it, and PF Tech was one of my favorites. It really demonstrates how talented of a rapper Willy is, and the beat even had some old school vibes to it.
Ain't nobody live forever, forever die with the sun. So where you really from? Came from the dirt, that's where we going back.
At this point in his career, I'd say Willy was leaning more towards rapping in his songs, although he still does sing and yell on occasion. However, I think what makes his rapping so compelling is how much fun he has with it. His amazing flows, unique cadences, and fun-natured lyrics make his rapping super unique. He does talk about serious things on some songs, but he also likes to have fun with a lot of it and not take himself too seriously. Like this song, for example.
I'm ugly. That's why I got a mask on. No, my skin look good today. Fuck, take the mask off.
On the flip side, he also has a few very meaningful songs, like the song Rainbows. And then finally in 2020, he dropped the album Flowers, which I believe is his most popular album so far. It has a mix of hard-hitting rap songs and some more chill ones as well. His rapping on this project is as excellent as always. Will didn't really release much in 2021 other than a few singles. I believe at this time he was working on his next album called Running as Fast as I Can, which was released just recently on April 1st of 2022. This is the first body of work I checked out from Willy, and it was honestly amazing. It blew me away and I loved it. The first 3 tracks transitioned and they were all equally amazing in their own right. The project was also diverse with a variety of different types of music. Again, like most of his music, it's super hard to describe with words, so here's another song from the project.
Wild West, there's been a death inside the Whole Foods. They cage matching in now too, designer produce.
Like most of his projects, it's very experimental and it's very good. I highly recommend checking this one out as well. With Willy's crazy experimental production, his unique cadences, his buttery flows, and his fun lyrics, it makes for some amazing music with some great replay value. He has a very bright and promising future, so make sure to hop on the Willy Crooks wave while you're still early. If you like finding underrated artists, make sure to click on the playlist that's about to pop on the screen. It's a series I have called Who Is, where I talk about underrated and unique artists. For example, the most recent artist I spoke about was Halo, who's another producer and singer who makes some really good music. It's pretty unique and I think you guys would like it. Other than that, thank you all for watching. This has been Matty Balls and I'll see you guys next time.